Episode 20, man.
Episode 20. This has now become a body of work.
Yes, it has.
This has now become a catalog of sorts. Before we get started with anything,
What's up?
huge shout out to Sean Kidd.
Yes.
Are you familiar with him?
I know a little bit about him. Know a little bit.
You're talking about the kid from Durham?
Yes.
Okay. You know he put his song out.
Yes.
Coupons.
Yes.
Okay, I've been working too hard, too long, saving money. What's that? Coupons.
You know he shot the video.
I didn't know he shot the video.
He shot the video.
Where you shoot it at?
Shot it off of Glenwood Davis at like this abandoned office space.
Okay.
Right. So ask me how I know.
How do you know?
Because I was there.
You're a part of the video?
I was actually a part of the video.
So I need to go on YouTube like as soon as it get posted, you're going to be...
I'm going to, of course, repost it and share it. I met with him, exchanged information, of course.
Okay.
So he'll be here soon. I wouldn't imagine that they would use the portion of the video that I was in.
What were you doing in the video? Were you just standing around or something like that? Were you like in your phone? Oh, okay.
Basically.
Or were you like in the background just like nodding your head?
Basically, yeah. I was in the background. We were supposed to be doing hype shit.
Okay.
But I'm not a very hype individual.
No, you're not.
I felt a little out of place. It was actually a little awkward for me, the whole experience. I just couldn't stop watching. Like I was just, I was observing the whole thing, and people,
Nice.
and there were so few people there, and these people obviously all knew each other.
Mm-hmm.
I immediately stood out like a sore thumb, but they were all very, cool about it,
Right.
and inviting and welcoming.
Okay.
Everybody was, cool, but it was definitely an orange alert. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Who the fuck is this? But they were all very cool.
Cool.
I think when you see the video, I think you'll be, pleasantly surprised. Or I don't know if you'll be surprised or not. I don't know what your expectations of them are. But
I mean, I've heard a couple of his songs. I haven't really like been engulfed in his whole catalog, but
yeah, I think I'm gonna give him some more spins because Coupons actually, it's growing on me a little bit.
okay.
And then especially like the mastered version he has on iTunes sounds like really, really well put together.
Nice.
So
nice.
huge shout out to Sean Kidd.
Kidd.
He gonna be here real soon. So
Nice.
if you guys are familiar with him, check out his new single Coupons on iTunes.
Okay, I've been working too hard, too long, saving money. What's that? Coupons came up, way up, feet up, shoes on, oh calling, decline, move on. I've been working.
Money ain't a thing, my nigga. Hella weed, hella cars, diamond rings, my nigga.
Video coming soon, featuring
Splash Jordan,
possibly in the cut.
Right.
Way in the cut.
Man.
Way in the cut. So
Man, that's what's up.
yeah, so huge shout out to him, man. Let's go ahead and dive into your
So have you ever felt like you just needed to you just didn't feel right about a certain situation, like somebody was just doing something sketch, but you didn't know exactly what was going down. Like you just had a feeling just in the air. This boxing coach named Ramon Sosa, he faked his own death. Now I've faked a lot of things in my life, but not a motherfucking death. Like that's pretty big. Like the things that you have to do to fake your own death, like it has to be legit. Like, and if you have a spouse, she has to like see the body. You know what I'm saying? You had to go to the morgue, confirm the body.
She has to identify the
Right. You have to go through like some extreme limits in order to fake your death or, just get away from this. So he staged his own death because he found out that his wife hired a hitman to kill him. He joined forces with these Texas detectives to gather like evidence against his wife named Maria Lulu Sosa, who was offering, I should have Googled that. I meant to Google it, but
the conversion.
Yeah, the conversion of 1,500 pounds.
Yeah, it's probably something like,
It's probably in the like almost 2,000.
I'm thinking it's probably going to be like 2,500.
Okay, yeah, because pounds is because I remember going to London, man, and I came out there with like 160, and they only gave me like 86 pounds. Like after the fact, I was
pound is more expensive.
Yeah. That hurt. She had pretty much a hitman. She hired a hitman to kill this guy. So as you saw, like, these are the pictures. It looks pretty legit. Like, just at a crime scene. He has a bullet hole or a bullet hole wound to the right side temple.
He appears to be mortally wounded.
Yeah, and I mean they show the blood. They show the blood to like show that he's dead. He's done so.
Right.
But
the background to the situation is that he faked his own death because his wife was trying to kill him.
That's because his wife was trying to kill him.
Right.
So they already had like this divorce. They already had this ugly divorce. And I guess she was like trying to get money.
Okay.
Just from the whole situation. And yeah, I mean, pretty much this is what he said. Unwittingly, she had approached a guy called Gustavo to see if he could organize the hit without releasing, that they were friends. He was like, I knew him because I coached him. Because remember, he's a boxing coach, and he'd been in trouble in the past. At first, when he called and he said he needed to see me because someone wanted to kill me, I thought he was joking. Then we devised a plan for him to wear a wire and a tape, offering money to have me killed before turning the evidence over to the cops. So pretty much she set him up, just going to the cops and saying, hey, my wife is trying to kill me. Right. She's trying to get this money because all she wanted was her hands on his cash. Apparently he had a lot of cash.
So he has a lot of money.
He has a lot of money. So she wanted to get her hands on that. And the only way to get her hands on that is just through killing him. So
that's unreal. So
that's crazy, man. Like,
is there any other background information, like how long they were married?
Nah, I didn't look too far into it. I was just
the situation itself.
The situation itself is crazy. I mean, for a woman to go that far to actually hire a hitman to kill. I mean, she gave up. She was offering £1,500. That's a lot of money, dog. Like
But to kill a person, that's really not that much. I thought you'd need at least like $30,000, like $25,000 or more. Like, who's going to kill a person for under $5,000?
I don't know.
Like, what can you do with this?
I don't know. I mean,
she
found somebody who was going to be like, yeah, obviously this guy wasn't too professional, seeing that he snitched on himself to the guy and was like, hey, I need to talk to you about something.
Right. Like, hey. Yo, I got this job. It's you, bruh.
Yeah, like
I'm supposed to whack you for 23, 22.
Either way, though, I think it's just funny how he teamed up with detectives and they like took pictures.
That's
of
a little
shit.
weird. That's a little. I mean, I could see him tipping the guy off, but for him to go so far as to wear a wire and work with the police, that seems a bit like what's really good. I don't know what's going on anymore. Like nobody has any loyalty to what they do or who they are.
Nah, man, it's just I was like, what the fuck?
That's why if I ever come into money, I'm not telling anybody.
You can't.
I'm not telling anyone.
You can't tell anybody now what you do.
Right.
Because I mean, whether you have money or not, you always gonna have haters.
I mean, haters or not, it's just. I mean, if you don't have any haters, then you're obviously not doing something right.
Yeah, obviously not.
But I definitely don't want people, to know personally what I have and what I'm worth and what
like what you're doing,
right? And what I'm doing.
Like whenever I go on vacation, I don't post like any pictures until I get back.
Right.
Like on Snapchat, that's a little different, but until I get back,
that's
when I start going like Facebook, Instagram,
right.
Like.
First of all, I don't want you to know I was gone.
Right.
I do not want you to know I left until I get back.
Right.
That I don't want you to know, oh, damn, his house is unattended.
Yeah.
Yeah, no thanks. I've been there. Been there. No thank you.
Right.
So, yeah, we wait until we get back to post maybe one picture.
Maybe just one and hold everything to.
Usually, I mean, when I go places, I usually like to experience it, especially if I've never been there before.
True.
So I'm very bad about taking a picture or remembering to
document.
Right.
Yeah,
So
I got you.
Can't disclose what you have.
No.
Can't disclose what you have and all that high posting. That's why I don't understand why people do that, the money phone and this and that.
I mean, it's to show where they're at in life and be like, hey, I'm doing better than you. Ha ha, in your face.
Ha ha, in your face. Did you see, and this is completely unrelated, but did you see that Lil Pump and Lil Yachty supposed to put out a CD together?
Yeah, I did. I did see that.
come on, man, with this bullshit. Like, come on, for real. Like, first of all, do Yachty really think that people still want to listen to him?
He has a fan base.
His own fan base didn't support him when he put out his debut album. His own fan base was like, "Bro, this shit whack."
Somebody's gonna listen to it. It's not gonna get, it's not gonna go platinum or anything like that. But
these niggas was like, and I guess they started having this conversation like yesterday, and was talking about putting out an album by the top of the year.
Oh, wait a second.
Right, so they talking about recording and dropping a mixtape within like 3 months.
Yeah,
and then expect people to be like, "Oh, this shit fire." They're gonna get
that's pretty quick.
Right, they're gonna meet up like maybe 2 or 3 times, get as drunk as they can, as high as they can, and then start spouting out shit into a microphone, thinking it sounds dope.
See, I don't even be knowing these artists, man. That's how. Like, that's how you can tell, like, I don't really fuck with these guys like that. Not to say that, that they're bad artists. I just don't really listen to them. Everybody likes something, but I don't really listen to Yachty. Yachty's more of a feature artist than anything. So doing a whole album.
Which is why it doesn't surprise me that his, next release is a collaborative effort. Yeah. With somebody else who, is budding, basically.
So it makes, because I was thinking a completely different person. So it makes sense that his debut album that went, commercial didn't make much of a splash because of what he's really known for. He's a good supporting artist, not necessarily
he is actually a pretty decent supporting artist.
Oh man,
like a guest verse,
like with
or some ad libs.
Yeah, stuff that he's done with drums, stuff that he's done with Kyle. Like those songs are like very, very popular.
Yeah, but I do also believe that most of the songs will still be the same with or without him. I mean, he doesn't add. It's not like there's any song I can think of.
It's kind of hard to say that though. I mean, seeing that it's already came out. I mean,
I don't know.
You think the song would be as lit? I mean, because if Kyle would have came out, I would have known nothing about Kyle. I mean, if Kyle didn't, come out with that song with Lil Yachty, I probably wouldn't even mess with Kyle like that.
I mean,
it took that song for me to actually look up Kyle and be like, oh, this is kind of catchy. Let me see what else he's done.
I don't listen to Kyle.
Hey, that's you.
I mean, I say that to say, like, I still don't think people are checking for Kyle. Like, he had a song, he made a splash with it, but, the hook and the beat were catchy enough. I mean, shit, anybody could have been, it could have been anyone featuring
us.
Right. Could have been me and you on that song, and it still would have been a hit,
Right.
I just, I don't think that either one of them really, made any type of splash or huge, shock to the world. It's still a cool song or whatever.
Right.
But anyway, I mean, when you said that, you had said something that triggered me, and I was just like, can you believe, like, the audacity of these niggas? Like, they think that we want to listen to this shit?
Yeah.
But But okay, let's go on further down the list.
All right, so we have conservatives are posting videos of themselves smashing Keurig coffee makers to smithereens amid the Sean Hannity controversy. So first of all, let me just say this, man. Companies already made their money. Like, once you make that purchase, like,
what are you doing?
What are you doing? They already laughing to the bank. Like, once you burn jerseys, once you demolish, Keurigs, like, once you do anything, that you've already purchased, and you're gonna damage it to show your support, for a particular cause.
You look like an idiot.
You look like a dumbass.
You look like an idiot. Nobody thinks like, oh man, look how passionate that person is. They really hate, what this company stands for. Like, no, you look like an idiot.
Exactly. So the reason why people are doing it is because Keurig pulled this advertising from Sean Hannity's Fox News show after his interview with Roy Moore, the embattled Senate candidate in Alabama.
That's the dude who has all those allegations against him about...
Right. Facing allegations that he engaged in sexual misconduct with a 14-year-old girl and pursued several teenagers while he was in his 30s. So he's pretty much a predator.
How did they come across this information? Like, I wonder, like, how did they know, like, how old he was at the time or what he was doing? Like, how did they know that stuff?
Shit. He's me, man. I mean, there has to be like some type of documentation stating that.
And not only this guy, like it's like there's a wave and wave of these allegations. Like,
wave everybody,
right.
Hollywood, politics,
right? It's just falling apart on both coasts from all of these, old white men abusing their power,
Right.
raping people,
right?
little boys, little girls. Like, what is going on in the world?
Sheesh.
And then it's been going on for so long. Like they've gone on, to live wonderful lives and have full careers.
Right, and
after,
look happy and all that.
Right, and then you find out, 22 years ago, they raped 2 little boys.
It's like what?
Yeah, like what? When?
Yeah.
When? And people knew about this?
Right.
But smashing your own things definitely makes you look like a dumbass.
It
And
does.
Keurigs cost a little bit of money.
Oh man, they're wasteful too. Very wasteful.
Are they?
Yeah.
I don't drink coffee, so I don't really care. But it makes more than coffee, though, right?
That I can't confirm or deny, but it probably does. I mean, you have like little capsules, little plastic capsules and everything. So that's why I say it's wasteful, because I mean, you have to buy these things like multiple times, and I mean, you got to put them in and then you throw them away. It's just a lot of waste going to that. But yeah.
But people still up in arms. So, what was Sean Hannity kind of supporting the guy?
I guess you could. It's just that he interviewed him. I wouldn't say he supported him, but
he didn't call him out on his conduct and misbehavior.
He just had an interview with him. That's all it says. He just had an interview. I don't know what was said. I didn't watch the interview, but
yeah, I mean, because who really watches Sean Hannity anyway?
Supporters who probably conservative, seeing that it's on Fox News. So if you watch Fox News, you probably don't like Obama. You probably don't like Hillary Clinton. You probably are in love with President Trump. So those are the people typically who watch Fox News.
I mean, makes sense, yes, but why then are you so angry that they pulled their advertising from a program? Like, I don't get it. Like,
and it's a molester. It's a child molester. So you should be angry at the child molester, not at Keurig.
Not angry at this person who's being accused of molesting children.
It makes sense. Like,
not at all angry at this person.
It makes sense to be mad at Mr. Moore, not Keurig, but people will be people. They support what they support, man. Like, I even had an argument today, like, with a dude over Facebook, and he's supposed to be like one of the homies. Well, actually, he's a friend of a homie.
Okay,
but he was talking about how the Earth is flat, and it's like, really, man, like, we were really
niggas really be on the Earth is flat shit.
And he had a video of somebody talking about how the Earth is flat and stuff, and then the guy was talking about man, we got a dome over it. So it's like, now we got a dome over this flat Earth. And I was like, bro, like, if the Earth was so flat, how do we have, seasons? How do we have night and day? Like, if we had night, or if the Earth was flat, we wouldn't have night and day. It would just be because he said that the Earth doesn't rotate. It's the sun rotating. And then he showed me a GIF of how the sun was rotating. So it was just literally just doing a circle, but not around like the flat part. It was just like a ring where it was just rotating. And I'm like, that's impossible, because if the Earth did that rotation, that ring rotation on the Earth, like, we wouldn't have any like nighttime. It would be daylight everywhere. And he was like, no, because the sun is 3,000 miles away. I was like, where'd you get that information from? He was like, people did the estimates. I was like, who are these people? He couldn't answer that.
Of course
he
not.
He couldn't answer that.
They can never fucking answer anything.
And it was like, come on, like, and he was like, well, I'm gonna pass you over to this guy, because he can, you trying to debunk me, he can explain it better than I can. I'm like, see, now you passing me over. Like, you're the one who posted it. Like, explain, and like, don't use a GIF. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was like, are you literally just going off your observation without even like having any scientific substance? And he was like, the first law to scientific method is observation. I was like, correct, but like, you have no substance here. You can't send me a GIF and be like, oh, boom, this is it.
And then I hate when, first of all, I see people who use videos of them pointing at at the sun,
Right.
and then they'll pan, maybe an inch or two, in their perspective, and see the moon off to the side. And they're like, so how can it be this if I can see the two of them at the same time? I'm like, yo, listen. Put your phone down from fucking 250 million, however fucking miles away we are. Like, you can't fucking fit the space between us and the moon and the sun, in your cell phone. Like, you can't do that. That's number one. However, I will say this: I like to, I would love for somebody to prove that theory right. I like the whole Earth is flat theory. I like it, but it just sounds like complete nonsense.
It does.
And nobody has any real proof.
No.
I wish somebody could just be like, yo, look at this video, my nigga. I went to outer space.
Yeah, there's
That
like
video.
And we always use the NASA because they're the ones that have the satellites that, or the video for the station. It's just weird for me just to hear somebody even have that type of conversation. Like, yeah, bro, the Earth is flat. It's like, whoa, just stop right now. Like, just stop. Like, you just heard somebody talking crazy, and you believed everything you believed about it being round, but this guy was making so much sense. Now all of a sudden it's flat. It's like, no, it's still not flat, bro. Like we seen video of NASA, we seen pictures on NASA, at the international space stations, like showing pictures of the Earth, and they were like, "Nah, man, that's CGI." And I was like,
That's
really?
CGI.
I was like, "Really?
Nah, man, that's CGI.
Really?" So what about my man's who did that commercial? I think it was Red Bull, where he just skydived. He was damn near in outer space, and he just jumped off. Like,
Right.
what about my man who did that? What about all these other astronauts who went to outer space? How come we not interviewing them? Why aren't you taking video from when they were in outer space? You know what I'm saying? Out there on the space station, there's a live feed right now that I can go to on NASA that shows like the space station and all that. Like, shows like an actual feed of the Earth in the actual station.
Really?
And like cats don't even want to like look at that. It was like, nah. I was like, that can't be CGI though. Like, come on. But I don't know.
CGI, and niggas love to. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of things are CGI. That's for
A
sure.
lot of things nowadays definitely are, but man, it's just like, bruh, like, stop it. You're making yourself look dumb because it's already bad enough that people are already posting stuff and taking it to heart without even looking at the source to where it comes from.
Right.
So, for him to put that up there and it's like, yeah, man, the Earth flat. I kind of lost some respect for him. He's still cool with me, man, but it's just like I can't talk to that nigga about the Earth being flat, man. It's just,
I think,
I'm sorry.
especially in that situation and in a lot of other situations, people have this need to be an outsider or I'm so different or
Right.
this or that. Like, if you really, first of all, if that's how you really felt, you would have done your own research.
Right.
If you really felt like the Earth was flat, you would have your own facts, have your own information. But what you really want to show is like, oh, look at me, I'm I'm so non-conventional and I think outside the box. Like, no, nigga, you think inside the box.
Right.
You still copying what other people are doing.
Right.
And, and he's not the only one. Everybody
No,
does
he's
that.
not. He's not, man.
They run with information that they want to be true that, looks good on the internet.
Yeah.
With CGI. People are using the real CGI to make this bullshit up, and then motherfuckers go running with it like it's true.
Oh, man, it sucks. But something outside of CGI that you can truly prove. So this lady, right, she was flying Qatar Airways with her husband, right? So it was just her child, they're flying to Bali, Indonesia, for the holiday, after boarding in Doha. And I've flown Qatar Airways, man. They had the most beautiful flight attendants you ever see, bro. It was beautiful. I swear to God, each one of them are like runway models, bro. Damn. They bad. But anywho, got sidetracked there. 'Cause I was, All right, so the woman started to repeatedly hit her husband after learning of his infidelity, and the captain was forced to make an unscheduled stop in Chennai, or just pretty much India. I don't know how to pronounce that city, but they stopped in India when the cabin crew was unable to restore order. The family was taken then taken into a detention center at the airport as they did not have an Indian visa before being put on a flight to Kuala Lumpur. It says here the Qatar Airways flight QR962 was diverted to India after the pilot requested, citing unruly passenger on board as a reason. An officer from India's Central Industrial Security Force told the Hindustan Times, which first reported the incident. So, yeah, man, she pretty much saw something on his phone, and just started making a whole ruckus out of it. Started beating him. So the way she did it was she unlocked her husband's phone using this thumbprint impression when he was sleeping, and then blew her top off pretty much after discovering his infidelity.
Damn.
So she obviously had some type of feeling. She was like, yeah, he got to be cheating on me. Got it. Because, like, ain't no woman just going to, just do that,
They would, but, yeah, he was obviously giving out some indicator.
Something had
some
to,
kind of indicator.
Someone smelling right. Like,
right. And then, he got caught slipping. Like, if he was doing all that, then his unlocked print should have been like, his big toe or some shit. Like,
right.
He should have definitely, they got apps for that kind of thing, man. Like,
right.
Like, you got to do better or not do it all. Like, preferably not do it all.
Yeah.
But,
Do you think women are better cheaters than men?
No.
No?
No.
Why?
I don't think that anybody, first of all, I don't think that anybody is better than anybody else at cheating. I think that, women are probably, more observant than men at most times.
True.
But the fact is that, like, unless you're cheating with another woman, you're cheating with another man, which by definition is stupid. That's not very smart.
Right.
Because you might be observant and can handle it, but this person cannot.
Right.
This nigga will tell on you. He want to floss that he's fucking the next nigga bitch, so it's not very smart. So, the whole adage that women are so much better at it, well, you wasn't that smart because Lil Ray Ray is out here airing your business because Ray Ray don't care.
Right.
Ray Ray doesn't care about me, so he's going to air your business. He's going to inbox. He's going to do whatever.
Yeah.
But,
sliding them DMs.
Right.
Damn.
Now possibly if a woman's cheating with another woman, then, I'll bet that goes under the radar for a very long time. I'll bet that gets covered up for a very long time.
It's funny you say that because I was watching this new show on Netflix called Big Mouth. It's that animated series. So on one of the episodes, the kids like went to New York or something like
that. With that hat.
Yeah, with the hat. They saw the mom kissing this other lady, and come to find out the lady actually was part of the fellowship, part of the Jewish fellowship.
Right, yep.
And they was like, yo, like that's insane. Like, damn.
Yeah, so and they had it under wraps.
They did. Like, if those kids didn't run into them, man, they never would have known.
Nobody would have ever known. So I can believe that. But you dealing with another dumbass nigga over here, like
right.
That's not smart.
Right.
That's not so fucking
man,
advanced technique. That nigga he gonna tell on you.
Right.
He gonna tell on you. And all you know what I'm saying, once the first nigga get wise, all he gotta do, let me go look through these likes.
Right.
And find some common names. Let me go look through these likes. Let me go see who commenting under what. And, let me just do some investigating. Now, women, they'll do that up front. So that's why they get called like, oh, they're so much better because they've been doing that.
Right.
But, in this day and age, like, we done figured it out. Like, whoever you fucking with, he's made himself known.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? He definitely made himself known. All you got to do is go look.
Right. Why are you following her?
Right.
Why are you following her?
Right.
Bruh. I got a video, a little snippet for you to put in there.
I bet.
But yeah, so next story, Amazon announces a deal with Lord of the Rings TV series. Personally, me, I'm not a big fan of Lord of the Rings. I fell asleep in like every single movie. So, I mean, all I really know is my precious. That's pretty much it. Gollum. I mean, he struggled throughout the whole series. He eventually died trying to get that ring. He fell like in the volcano or some shit.
He really was the one to destroy the ring.
Yeah.
But he did it on accident.
Yeah.
Because he's a fucking dumbass.
Yeah, like literally, like I remember he was falling and he finally caught the ring. Finally
got
for that split second.
It was his. And then he fell into fucking hot lava. Dumbass. But I've read the Lord of the Rings book.
Yeah.
I watched the movies. I enjoyed them as a kid. My thing is though, while there were some parts that were cut out of the movie, some parts from the book that were cut out in the movie.
Right.
I don't understand why I would want a TV show about this. Like I definitely the major parts were covered.
Right.
I seen them.
Okay.
They were well casted and expertly portrayed. So it's like you're not gonna show me anything new. You're not about to do a Lord of the Rings reboot. And you know what I'm saying, like with a African American, Arendorf or whatever the fuck, man. Like nothing new.
Right.
So I don't get it.
I mean, it says, let's see.
Now, I guess most likely what is going to happen is that they're going to be exploring outside storylines. That's the only thing I can think of.
Probably.
Right.
Kind of like how like Dear White People like took each character and maybe did like some outside storylines of just how they came about, to the movie. So I could see them doing that.
Right. Something like that where there's characters who probably played small minor roles in the movies now will have, longer enhanced storylines and their backstories will be given. And then, I'm assuming there's no reason for them to be putting out a TV show unless they were plotting some type of new movie or some type of I had to turn myself up. Some type of new movie or some type of new game or some type of new content, was coming, they want to get, a newer, younger audience prepared for it.
Yeah, they just said the Lord of the Rings is a cultural phenomenon that has captured the imagination of generations of fans through literature and the big screen. We are thrilled to be taking the Lord of the Rings fans on a new epic journey in Middle-earth. It doesn't really speak to, let's see, Lord of the Rings Fantasy, under the deal, which includes a multi-season production commitment with a potential spinoff. Amazon's Tales from J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle-earth will effectively be a prequel to the Fellowship of the Ring.
Okay. So it's going to go over events that occurred before the movies.
Right.
Makes sense. Because I was thinking like nobody's going to want to watch the same material covered again.
Yeah. I couldn't. Yeah. And it says the announcement marks the studio's biggest acquisition since former Amazon Studios president Roy Price resigned last month while on suspension and facing sexual harassment allegations.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Amazon, Hollywood, Washington, D.C. I mean, damn, like, is there anybody who fucking consensually gets pussy these days?
Y'all need to just keep y'all hands to yourself, man.
They got a website, bruh, where you can, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't get none, you can just buy some.
Bruh.
Like, damn, if it's that serious, if you got to have it right now, you can call somebody up and pay them, and you can get it right now, man. But, like, this shit is just getting out of hand.
Yeah, it's getting wild, man. There's a video that I actually have that I posted up one time. It's called, you guys can YouTube it or Google it, whatever. It's called T Consent. It literally breaks down how to go about consent, giving somebody the D or the P or whatnot. It literally breaks it down step by step, but it tells the story as if I were offering a woman tea. Like, instead of, hey, you want to have sex? Hey, would you like some tea? And, they'll be like, yeah, I like some tea. So I go in, kitchen, make some tea. If I come back outside, they were like, I still want that tea, give them the tea. But if they're like, on second thought, I really don't want tea, don't give them the tea. And don't get mad because they changed their mind that they don't want any tea anymore. So, things like that. It's a pretty short video. It's pretty funny, I think, some parts of it. But, yeah, like, don't force, giving them tea, even though they don't want it, and they showed them that, the eyes were open and tea just pretty much pouring down the mouth. Now, it was the stick figures. But, yeah, you can see, you're like, don't give them tea when they're passed out.
Now, what I will say, though, is that sometimes a woman will say she doesn't want tea, but she wants tea.
I ain't gonna
That's what I will say. Is that sometimes she will say that she does not want that tea, but in fact, she very much wants
be straight and forward.
the tea.
If you do not want the tea, ladies, say
Please,
you don't
please
want the
say
tea.
you do. Please just say what you mean. Like if you
Say
want this
what
tea,
you mean and mean what you say.
then enjoy. And but what happens is though is that a woman has to act like that, or else she's a hoe, or she's a this, or she's a that. But the bottom line is that she actually does want the tea. And if you are, a person with just a fucking shred of decency, maybe she doesn't want the tea tonight.
Maybe she might want the tea tomorrow.
Most likely, she wants the tea at some point, though. At some point, damn, my nigga, like relax.
Right.
If the fact that you here means that you eventually, God damn it,
I don't know what's up with it.
yeah, you eventually will give her the tea.
Yeah. Like she was expecting, you was like, let me see how I'm feeling tonight. I might get some tea, I might not,
Right.
but we'll just play it out.
Eventually, though, and maybe she just wasn't in the mood for tea,
She probably wasn't.
but eventually she gonna be in the mood for tea. Everybody's in the mood for tea. Eventually,
Right.
eventually they're all in the mood for tea. And
Right.
if you got some tea,
Serve it up, man.
yeah, somebody's gonna give you a call. That's all you gotta do is just wait, man. Be consistent and wait. But these niggas, man, they get so aggressive.
Because eventually, like 50 no's means yes to them, I guess, man.
Right.
It's like, no. It's like, all right, okay,
No.
fine. Could you stop asking me? Like,
No is a very terrifying and sobering word. Like it's all fun and games, like like anything, like
stop
like acting like you don't want the tea, and that's whatever. But
Mhm.
once you like verbally state, no,
yeah,
do not want the tea, it's like, oh, okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, let's just go back to watching this movie then, or what I'm saying, like, well, get tired. I'm gonna go ahead and skate,
Yeah, man. And like, I don't know if you heard it, but Charlamagne the Guy, man, shout out to him and Breakfast Club. But he actually gave himself the donkey the other day, talking about how he has, and a lot of men have embraced the rape culture. Have you seen that video?
I haven't, but
Okay.
he should give himself donkey today every day, just because he's him.
Oh man, but yeah, he was just pretty much speaking like how the rape culture came about and how men have pretty much been numb to it, just pretty much accepting, just what's been happening with the women and these allegations lately. But it's a conversation that's being had everywhere now. I mean, this was what's been happening. I mean, we couldn't even get away from it. I mean, we're just talking about Lord of the Rings, and then I see later on down the line on this page it says the announcement comes, because of the president left, last month because of sexual allegations.
Right,
It's like,
sexual
when does it
allegations.
stop? Like, damn.
L.A. Reid lost his job, accusations, sexual,
Shit, man.
misconduct. Like, it's been going on and on and on. Just, people, especially men in positions of power,
Right.
abusing it. And then, what's crazy is that I saw that, first of all, today, I guess they're having that rally for Meek Mill bullshit.
Oh yeah, nah, man. Meek should just go to jail. Just cut your losses.
Meek should go to jail.
Just go to jail, bro. You've been on probation for like all your life, and you still haven't learned your lesson. So you need to go to jail.
Like just go to jail, bro.
Go to jail. Like, you obviously don't want to do the right thing.
Right, and then because you've been given chances.
Multiple.
You've been let out of jail, and people are like, "Listen, just don't do this and don't do that."
You don't care, bro.
And then it's like that's the first thing you want to do. Now you're breaking up fights. If you're on probation, you already know I can't be here.
Nah, man.
I can't be seen. Like if y'all start fighting, I have to flee the scene. No one can have me on camera involved in an altercation.
Yeah, you can't do none of that stuff, bro. You can't smoke. Like, you gotta stay off drugs too, bro. You gotta stay clean. Like, what's wrong with staying clean for like 2 years, bro? After that, like, just do you.
Hey, I don't know anything about that. All I'm saying is listen, like, if you are gonna, then be at home.
Be at home.
Don't
be outside.
You know what I'm saying? Like your PO, like if you come in for your check-in and you know what I'm saying, you've been doing your community service, you've been doing this, you've been doing that, you be like, yo, listen, man, come on. I smoked. I'm bored, I'm at home, but I've been, XYZ, staying out of trouble. Like, no, this nigga, first of all, was traveling outside of the area. Wasn't supposed to be traveling.
Yeah, he's supposed to stay within Philadelphia, right? He's supposed to be traveling outside the state or the county, right?
Right. He, not only was he doing that, but he was like, on red carpets, my nigga. Like he was places being seen. You know what I'm saying? Posted up, him and Nikki doing X, Y, and Z. And it's just like, bro, you knew you weren't supposed to be gone. And niggas is watching you, but you're gonna do it anyway. Then, you involved, there's like 3 different times, your entourage is involved in a fight and you're there and some kind of how you're involved, but you're not really involved. You're just seen as being an aggressor or an instigator. Like,
right.
Like, come on, man. Like, what are you doing? Like, be low. If you're going to be out here, just not giving a fuck, then you got to be low.
Right.
You definitely got to be low.
Stupid, man.
So, but the crazy thing is that apparently, and I forgot to check back on if this shit was true or not, but apparently the judge had a thing for Meek Mill and was like, right, wanted this nigga, apparently he can sing. You wouldn't know that because he's like a gangster rapper, but apparently he can sing.
Okay.
And the judge wanted him to do some cover of a Boyz II Men song and shout her out. That's what niggas is claiming.
Meek was like, nah.
Right. He was like, nah, of course. But just the thought of that is fucking ludicrous. But
would that cover, would that have got him off?
That plus some other things. Apparently she wanted, she not only that, she wanted him to leave MMG and sign to her. She has.
Oh, she's bribing him. No, that's kind of a bribe,
right? So, well, that's
that's
that's alleged. We don't know if any of that information is true.
Right.
And this is also like a 61-year-old black woman.
And she has a record label.
She's. Thank you. She's affiliated with somebody who has a record label. So this person's probably her spouse or a sibling of her spouse.
Okay.
Somebody she has, direct contact with,
right,
but it's not hers per se. So, but definitely me, look at people like Chief Keef, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I could respect Chief Keef now because this person clearly looks like somebody who does not want to be in jail anymore.
Right.
And
right.
he had to go to jail a whole bunch of times, but for him to finally feel like, hey, listen, I can't smoke weed in jail. Can't drive nice cars. I can't fornicate with women.
You just gotta chill, bruh.
Chill.
Just chill.
Bruh,
you have your whole life ahead of you to do whatever you want to,
bruh.
Just chill for this
chill.
moment in time. Like, what's wrong with that, bro?
I mean,
how old is Meek? Like, he's under 30. He's at least, 20, 26?
Nah, Meek, he's got to be right at 30. Maybe
he's
even
right
31.
Bruh, 30 is young.
It's young enough, but I think that his career, and we already talked about how MMG was,
already on
a decline. They're already in the toilet. So right. I'm pretty sure that when he goes away this time, he can't come back.
Nah.
Like Meek Mill, he done. And he did it to himself is the dumb part. And he always talking about he went and he this and that. Like, you've been taking L's, my nigga, for a very long time.
From an R&B cast, too.
Right.
Like that, man.
Like, just hold this penitentiary L, bro. Like, go inside the box and be the hardest nigga in the box now. You know what I'm saying? Now you the hardest
lift
nigga.
Some weights.
Right, lift some weights.
You gonna need it.
They talking about he gonna be in there 2 to 4 years.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah. Without parole, or
I mean, he'll probably get out eventually. He'll probably do a year and some change, and he'll come back because he'll have to be in there chilling. That's the only way he can be in there chilling and not involved in fights, not smoking weed, not leaving the county or whatever, not absconding. Like,
well, like once he serves his time, once he gets out, will he be put back on probation again?
No, I'm pretty sure. See, that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna either be like, "Look, we'll let you out right now, but you got to give us another 10 years probation."
Nah, he ain't gonna do that, man.
Or you can just serve these 2 to 4 years.
I'd serve the years, bro. Actually, you know what? That's a good question. Serve 4 years.
I'm taking the probation. I'm taking the probation.
I would not want to go to jail.
Nigga, fuck jail. That shit is whack. And he going to prison. But fuck jail and prison. That shit is lame.
I'll take 10 years of.
I'll go back on probation.
I gotta live. Let me live outside.
Let me live and I'd be like, yo, look.
I'll chill. I'll just drink.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be like, yo, look. I should move out of Philly. I should move to, like
Yeah.
L.A.
If I'm able to choose like a place where I could be.
And of course, they have options. You could be like, yo, look, I think I should, change the people I'm around.
Yeah.
Let me move to, Colorado. Let me move to something.
I can't move to Denver. You done at Denver because it's everywhere. It's legal. You move to Cali, it's legal.
That's what I'm saying. No, but I'm saying like, there's got to be some type of concession. That's medication now at this point.
True.
And
He can
those
find ways to get that.
Yeah,
I mean, you're a celebrity. You're able to find things like that where you can smoke weed.
Right, and at that point, it's just like, yo, look, let me just go. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna spend my money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna smoke my weed. I'm gonna do community service.
Yeah.
Fuck rap. Fuck all this. I'm just gonna go live my life.
There's a way. Yeah, there's a way to negotiate that.
Right.
Yeah.
This for him. There's a way to negotiate that.
Yeah.
But the problem is, what are the streets gonna think? What about the streets?
Sell out.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Like he's gonna be under pressure to still remain this, this bad boy, and still remain this, gangbanger, drug dealer, pushing 100 keys, 50 million P's in the streets.
Has Jay-Z ever went to jail?
Yeah, I think he was arrested. Yeah, he had an altercation with a fellow New York rapper, Uncasa, whatever the dude's name was, where he stabbed old buddy, and then but charges dropped and he was acquitted.
Oh, so
but he was facing some jail time, But he's wiggled his way. He's probably before Reasonable Doubt, he probably spent some night. You could probably do enough digging to find a mugshot of Jay-Z.
right.
But everybody wants to be Mr. Untouchable, but these people can only exist because very early on Jay-Z stopped touching things.
Right.
He was still talking about it, but he was like,
hands is off.
right.
Like,
I'm at the BET Awards while this is happening, or
Right.
I'm here being seen by all these people while these
Definitely.
things are going on. Meek Mill still wants to be that guy, with carrying guns. Like, why are you
yeah,
carrying
that's
guns?
Stupid, bro.
Right.
Stupid.
Right, yeah. That was another thing that Meek did. Like, they raided his tour bus, found guns,
Guns, weed, all that.
all that. Like my nigga,
Chill.
chill, bro. Like, what do you like? First of all,
You obviously doing something if you still need weapons.
not only
like,
exactly because I was just about to say, bro. Like, Meek was somebody who had the respect of the streets.
right.
So, why do you need these weapons?
Somebody out there.
Like,
bro.
niggas rock with you.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you haven't fucked nobody over, then what do you need these weapons for?
Yeah.
Nobody has beef with you.
Right,
Like,
right.
everybody in the streets was rocking with me. If at least if they don't support you, they
Right.
at least respected you as a street person, individual.
Right.
So no one had any reason whatsoever to try to pull your card or play you in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
So, and you got security.
Everywhere, man.
So why do you need these weapons? Like, niggas, bro, like, if you that damn dumb, then just go be in jail.
Man.
Just go be in
They
jail,
gonna
man.
JFK me, dog. They gonna JFK me. Like, listen, bro. People die every day, B.
People die. You be all right. People die every day, man. Like,
Young
and
Dolph got shot, boy. I mean,
right. You would think you would think he go get someplace and sit down, but nope.
no,
He gonna keep egging the situation on, and nobody's gonna be satisfied till somebody's dead. Then it's gonna be like, oh, stop the violence.
R.I.P. It's like, bro, he like put himself in that situation
Right,
to get shot.
right. Like, whatever y'all beefing over, some territory, some streets.
Hey,
Like, just drop it, man. Just leave it alone. Like,
Right.
obviously,
don't egg it on.
Yeah.
Don't be petty about it. You
Right.
know, don't. And
obviously, y'all don't like each other, but damn, like,
but it's like over a baby mama or something like that.
that is
bro.
true. But
It's
damn,
like a person, bro.
like, you niggas got all this money, like, bro,
All
just leave the country. Fuck
Yeah,
these niggas. Fuck
right,
all these niggas.
Right. You got all these women, bro. All the women flocking.
All of them.
Like, so what? I'm sure they want to be your baby mama or whatnot,
Right.
but still,
But
like,
And see, that goes back to, women
being
that,
smart.
right? Women that great at cheating, like, no, because they keep picking these dumbass niggas.
Right.
There's always some hood ass nigga in the mix.
Always.
He done dropped out of high
Always.
school in the 9th grade or fucking sells drugs. Like, there's always some hood nigga in the mix. Like,
boy.
so you can't be that smart dealing with that caliber of individual. Like, always involved in shootouts, going to jail. Like, you like stupid ass niggas.
Not about that life at all.
Right.
Not about.
All right, so what else we got?
All right, so chose the wrong paper. So the last story we have is Donald Trump. He asked China's president to help LiAngelo Ball and 2 other UCLA players over in China. So, for the background story, you guys know that there was a report that went out that players were in a Louis Vuitton store near the team's hotel, and they were alleged thieves of sunglasses. They stole some Louis Vuitton sunglasses in China. And the 3 players are LiAngelo Ball, Cody Riley, and Jalen Hill. They've since been released from custody. However, the trio remains in China as legal process continues to play out while the rest of the team is already flown back to the U.S. So it's just them 3, and I'm assuming probably their parents are over there as well. But pretty much Donald Trump asked his Chinese counterpart, President Xi Jinping, to resolve the case of the 3 UCLA basketball players who were arrested for shoplifting.
What you mean resolve it?
I would say, at least from what I've read in other sources as well, that he just wants them to just go ahead and have them come back to the States. It says the U.S. official spoke on the condition of the pretty much the whole case, said that Z promised to look into the case and ensure that the players be treated fairly and expeditiously, adding that the charges against the 3 players have been reduced and that the case is moving toward a resolution. White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders confirmed to the Post that Trump raised the matter with Z. So, I guess they're just trying to expedite the whole case and have these guys come back. I don't think these guys are going to serve time out there. It's still a dumb thing to go to another country. You guys are teenagers. I understand you never really been anywhere, especially like overseas. Like, a lot of people don't have the opportunity to do that. So why waste your opportunity by doing something so foolish like that, by stealing? This gives, United States obviously a bad name. Like, these kids can't go anywhere because they're going up in stores and stealing things, and it looks bad on LiAngelo because he comes from a family that isn't hurting at all.
It's not hurting.
Like, they have money. They have money. Like, he has his own Ferrari as well.
They had money, and then they just got a whole bunch of more money.
By what? How'd they get a whole bunch more money?
They weren't too bad off.
Oh, just originally before the brand, before Big Baller Brand.
Right.
Oh yeah,
and then your boy signs, a major, deal with the Los Angeles. That was, they was good before that.
Yeah, they were good, but now they're even better.
That's what I'm saying. Like, then they went and got a whole bunch of M's.
Yeah, so it's like no one's hurting. So why
are you doing this?
It could have been like, I had a friend who's a fan of just Lonzo Ball and just the Ball family. She said that it wasn't him. Obviously, because you're gonna ride for your fans. I mean, my brother, he's an R. Kelly fan, and he's riding for R. Kelly. But anyway, besides that, she stated that there was a report that even the Georgia Tech players were interviewed, and that they stated that they weren't involved in this situation, and that it was just they were just looking at these. These tall black players that were just, you're in China, you're the tallest people in that area, and they were just pretty much being profiled. Now, I asked her to send me that article. I have yet to see it, so I'm going to ask for the jury to make your verdict, on that situation.
Because why wasn't anybody else attained? Why just these
3, and why are they still there?
Why just these 3? Why are they still there? And on top of that, like, like you said, you got an older brother or a younger brother?
Oh, I got an older brother.
Okay, so you got
just one sibling.
All right, how close are you in age?
3.5.
All right, so y'all pretty close, right?
Yeah, we are.
Right.
Yeah.
So these niggas, I think, is even closer in age.
Right.
I'm big. Like my next older brother, we're 5 years apart. Like I know for a fact that if he had a multi-million-dollar contract, I had a multi-million-dollar contract.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's my money too.
Right, that's my money too. Like, you know, if I was to tell him like, yo, I'm going to China, I know for a fact this nigga, he go 50. Like
he's coming with me too.
He's probably if he can't, he definitely threw me a huge bag of money.
Right. Go buy something. Go do something.
He gave me a giant bag of money, or he said, you know, hit me on Cash App, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I know for a fact.
I got you.
Right. I know for a fact that conversation occurred, and if it didn't, that's only because it doesn't have to.
Right.
So why are you stealing? Why are you involved?
Why
when it went down, why didn't you just be like, yo, I don't know what happened.
Like,
here goes money.
Exactly.
Here
Like
goes
if you
money.
want a man, like I'll just go grab some, you know, some money or whatever. I got you.
Right.
I got you both. You
Right.
know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
like,
Like your
you know,
teammates, like I got you both, but this is the only time. Like
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I'm not rocking with y'all no more ever again.
Yeah.
I'm just ready to go home.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. What are these like? $1,200 shades?
Exactly.
Like just we get you one.
and
But don't fuck with y'all no
and
more.
your mom's there, your little brother's there, your father's there.
Like just take care of it.
Yeah.
Just take care of it.
It's like, dog, like you don't have to be doing hot shit like that, especially in another country. Because, like, if they're, like I said, if they were in, like, you know, some other country, like in the Middle East, bruh,
You're getting hands chopped off.
bruh.
You're getting your hand chopped off. Niggas will be like, yeah, we got you. First, we got to take his hand off. Though.
Yeah.
First, we got to chop his hand
We gonna
off.
let him leave, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
first,
Yeah.
that hand gotta come.
Right.
First.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas be like, okay, so which hand do you go up with? You go with the right or the left? Because, you know, you about to lose one side of your game.
And his career would have been gone. I'm sure, you know, if they would have chopped off his arm, I'm sure a ball would have found some type of way to get like some type of prosthetic arm made by, you know, NASA to be like, yeah, you got to steal ball.
You got to still fucking hoop.
Like,
Yo,
man, it's crazy though, man.
And that's why you can't take niggas nowhere. And that's why, like, I've really kind of developed a fondness for, like, when I go out on these adventures, as I like to call them, a lot of times I have to go alone because people are working or, you know, a lot of people don't like going into situations where they don't know what to expect.
Right.
I've walked into situations, you know, that have gone south pretty quick or were just very uncomfortable from the onset. A few times do I walk into a situation and it's like, wow, you know, I'm really glad I came to this. But, you know, if you just avoid all of them, then, you know, you never get those experiences. But that's why, like, you know, you go places, you know what I'm saying? Had he gone into the store by himself, he could have, you know, done whatever. But something about you or whoever you was with, like, even if one of your niggas stole the shit, like, why are you with niggas who stealing? I mean,
it makes no sense, bro. Like,
not why are you with niggas who stealing? Why are you with niggas who stealing and getting caught?
Right.
Like why are you with niggas getting caught?
They obviously haven't stole before because
Right.
they got caught. Like they obviously didn't.
Right.
Like, bro, come on.
Yeah, like why are you with niggas getting caught? Like,
And it's like Louis Vuitton. Like we have Louis Vuitton over the, like back here. Like
don't these niggas live in Los Angeles?
you live in Los Angeles. We have Louis Vuitton in Los Angeles.
I'm pretty sure there's like a major flagship store in Los Angeles
like,
with shit
man.
that's probably not even in that Chinese spot. You know, they probably, you know, who even knows? You're in China. Who even knows?
You're in China,
Yeah,
bro.
you know what I'm saying? Like, in fucking China, like, if I go to China, I'm not going to buy no fucking clothes. Like,
No.
you know what I'm saying? Like, who knows what fucking sweatshop this shit was made in? Even though it's all the same shit anyway, it's just like, you know, is this shit real? Like, is anything real here?
Yeah, very, very overpriced.
Right, niggas be driving fake cars in fucking China.
All right.
Like, how you driving a fake car?
It's just a shell, bro.
Right,
It's
like,
just a
bruh,
shell.
it's just a shell. You got a fucking Ferrari shell, but on the inside, you driving a fucking Taurus. Like, how does that even work?
Right.
The fuck is going
I
on,
don't know, man. It don't make no sense, man. Personally, me, man. I mean, this is gonna show up, you know, when he goes to the league.
It's definitely gonna become a problem
Because it's like, you know, we play overseas sometimes, you know, for like preseason or
Right.
even like during the season. I think didn't they have like a game overseas like during the regular season one time?
Yeah.
So they like go over, you know, the parts in Europe or maybe even Africa, and it's like, do we have to like keep a mentee, or, you know, do we have to have a babysitter for you, you know,
Right.
whenever you go to these public places, whenever you go into another city, because you're going to be traveling city to city to city,
Right.
you know, every
people don't-
month in the season.
Yeah, people don't want you around if they think you're stealing, if they think you're, you know, a bad influence. Like,
Exactly.
that's not something that, you know, you don't want that kind of reputation.
No, you
Or
don't.
That's how you get shipped off to fucking BK.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Los Angeles, like, you know, or UCLA is like, can't we just ship this nigga off
Right.
to fucking Dumbledore for some shitty ass school? Like, let's just get rid of this nigga.
Yeah, so now your father's plan to pretty much have all three of his sons in one city playing for the same exact team. We don't know how that's gonna play out now.
Is that his plan?
That was his plan. He wants like everybody to like to go to LA. That's
To
what
the
I
Lake- to the
that's what I
Lakers.
thought. At least
How was he gonna finesse that?
I don't know.
You was gonna finesse your whole family onto one team? Like, nigga, no.
Bruh, like they all can't play for the Lakers, bruh.
They all can't play for the. And
They-
don't they all play the same position?
Ball plays more of Lonzo plays more of a shooting guard type. Then LiAngelo is more of a forward, and then obviously LaMelo, he's more of a guard. He's like more of your point guard. He's almost like a Steph Curry, if you will. But no one, like, I even looked at his some of his highlights, or just watch the game. No one's playing defense. Everyone just letting him shoot.
Of course,
He's just shooting.
right. People just want to believe.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, he's a good shooter, but I want to see someone actually play some defense, and let me see how he actually plays.
That's what happens to people. They're playing in these leagues where, niggas ain't playing defense, whatever. They got sound fundamentals in college.
They're just running up the score.
But you're right. But wait till you get around these grown men.
Yeah,
Like these niggas is playing defense. You know why? Because it's $50 million
on the line.
If I don't D you the fuck up,
I get shipped off to another team.
like I have to D you up, or else I might lose $18 million.
Right.
So nigga, you getting D, the fuck up.
Right. I don't. Yeah, I get a little like, I'm like, yeah, you gotta watch that with a grain of salt. Like, look at what people are doing, yo. Just look at the highlights. Like, he's just shooting.
Right.
Like, he's pointing at half court, just like, yeah, I'm gonna be right here and shooting, making half court shots. It's like, it's a game.
Right.
These games are going like, well, what type of score is like 156 to 147? Like, that's an all-star game. Who is playing defense? Nobody.
No
Who should
one.
get fired? The coaches, because they didn't
Right.
they didn't tell these guys to play any defense. It was just like, yeah, just go out there and hoop. Just do your own thing.
Just do your own thing, man. But shit,
I'm out of gas.
I'm out of steam, man. I came into this a little. I was on about a quarter tank when I came into this situation. Just because I haven't been letting myself get enough rest.
Oh boy.
And I'm gearing up for iTunes release.
Boom boom.
Ugly Sweater Party. I got some information for you on that. Before
All
we
right,
leave.
cool.
So a bunch of things.
Yeah.
So it's about to get even more turned up.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
So follow me on or you can follow the show, The Verdict, on Instagram and SoundCloud, The Verdict Podcast. You can follow me personally on Instagram and Twitter at House of Splash. Wes, what about you?
You guys can follow me on SoundCloud, Twitter, Instagram at I am Wes Taylor.
All right, so y'all be on the lookout. Listen, a couple of times we done tried to give y'all some money. If y'all want to win some cash, like cold hard cash in your pocket, not a check. You know what I'm saying? You'll be walking away from this event with Benjamin Franklin's.
Tax free.
5 of them.
Yeah.
One for each work day of the week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
500.
right. You'll be making that tonight. Somebody else gonna get 250.
That's a nice little Christmas present.
Right.
there.
You know what I'm saying? Right before Christmas, somebody's gonna get 500. Right before Christmas, somebody's gonna get 250.
Man.
And at the end of the day, like, you definitely gonna party because the number, like the expected number, is probably I'm trying to get it up a little more. You know what I'm saying? As much as I can. So probably start next week. Once details are finalized, we'll go ahead and roll out some promo.
Let's do it.
All right. So other than that, we out of here.
One.